oh my God, you have the best job ever. Like, I wish I could just eat food all day. And I'm like, it's me too.
Standing room, yes, chef, connoisseur of food.
Yeah, chef guides will become like the modern day cool kid version of Michelin guides.
The people who think you're eating sandwiches all day are probably not playing any long game.
This guy sitting next to us was looking at us in the suit and he's kind of like, who the f are you guys?
So when you have nothing, you have nothing to lose.
How did you know when to jump? My girlfriend hates me because I don't see her. Is more music coming? I feel like the people might want to know.
I think
I have this issue with a lot of restaurants that they're all kind of the same.
How do you feel about attention spans?
It's really like...
Around the World with your host, the Gstaad Guy. We welcome you back to the Gstaad Guy podcast, sharing stories of excellence with those in the know for those who just know.
Whenever, I mean, you know how it is when we're in the industry and we create content too. When we consume content, we try to think about the production itself. And I think the strongest part of your brand is actually your voice.
I appreciate that.
You have like this very captivating, familial voice that you don't need subtitles. You never have subs, right?
No, usually not.
No. You just talk about the thing. And I know if I hear this voice, then this topic is credible and this thing is credible.
I appreciate that.
So it's
I feel like same with you, with the different characters. Like when you hear certain styles, you know like, okay, this is going to be a funny video. This is going to be more of like satire.
Thanks. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Standing room, yes, chef, entrepreneur, content creator, connoisseur of food and taste around the world. How did all of this start for you?
That's a good question. I would say it started, the love of food started a long time ago. Growing up, I was just always like obsessed with food.
Mm-hmm.
Like my parents and my grandparents, like I would go out to dinner at like when I was like 8. And if I was going to dinner on like Saturday night, I would be studying the menu like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I would get to the table and I would like know exactly what I want to order by the time I sat down. Wow. Like the whole menu. And I just had this like obsession with food. And then I met my business partner, co-founder Liam, studying abroad in Australia, actually. Wow. So I went to Indiana. He went to Carnegie Mellon. He was living with my friends like a month before I got there. And then we hit it off and we both just became like best friends over this love of food. Like we would be out drinking and then end up in like the back of a taco truck at like 2 a.m. every day. And we're like making tacos with the guy. And it was just always like the same thing. And we had this really similar love for the food, and not just like the food, but the stories of the food. Mm-hmm. Like I think my favorite part is knowing like who is making the food and why are they making the food. Like the shawarma people that we were talking about, like he's from Jordan and his dad passed away and then he followed his dreams and went to Jordan to learn to kind of like honor his family and his recipes.
It's beautiful.
So it just started out this love. So Liam and I met in Australia and then we went home. We graduated college like a year and a half later. He was in New York and he was visiting other friends. We were still friends, but we hadn't like kept up. And he was like, yo, let's like go do a food video. And we did our first video at this Mexican restaurant called Aldama in New York. And we had no idea what we were doing. Like we were like, okay, there's so many different food creators, but like everyone kind of does it like very similarly. I don't know. It's kind of like boring in a way because they're like, oh, like get the burger and then try this. We're like, let's just go try to do like our own style and bring like the energy that how it's like to go to dinner with your friends and sit across from someone. So we get there and we're like pulling lobster out of there. Like we have no idea what we're doing. And we go home, we stay up till like 4 a.m. and we're both working consulting at the time. So I worked at PwC. He worked at Capgemini. We're both doing tech and management consulting. Wow. So we're like working till like 8 p.m., going to dinner till like 11, coming back, editing till like 3 a.m., waking up and then posting it the next day. And we post our first video and it does like 250,000 views. And we're like, holy shit.
When was this?
This was...
That's amazing.
This was July of 2021, I think. Or no, sorry, not 21. It was like 3.5 years ago.
Fine.
I forget what year it is right now.
So it must have been 2022 or something.
Yeah, 22, I think. Things have moved really quick. Yeah. And the next day, we're like, holy shit. Like, let's go. We got to do that again. And Liam is like, he's like, you're right. He's like 6'5". I had a 3-bedroom apartment in New York with my roommates, probably smaller than this hotel room. And he's sleeping on my couch, but he's like a foot bigger than my couch. And he literally slept on my couch for a month because he was going to go home. He lived in San Francisco and he was going to go home. And I was like, you can't leave. Like, I don't, after the first week. So we did our first video, then like second, third, and we gained like 10,000 followers on TikTok. And we're like, holy shit. Like, I don't know what's going on here, but I think we have something. And he was going to go back to San Francisco. And I look at him, I'm like, Liam, like, I don't know what we have, but something is happening and you can't leave. So he literally canceled his flight, slept on my couch for a month, and just every day it was like work till 8 p.m., go to dinner, stay up till 3 a.m., edit, post, just boom, 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 boom.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And already under the Jack's Dining Room brand.
Yeah. So I had the account Jack's Dining Room just like in COVID, not really posting, almost more of like a journal for myself because I love food. I love going to dinner, and I always wanted to, like, people would ask like, oh, where do you eat? What do you cook? And I was like, I don't want to like write it down every time.
Mm-hmm.
So I just was like, okay, I'm going to start this account and just more so for myself. Like I'm going to document it just so like I know where to have it as like a note. So if people ask, I can just be like, okay, it's here. It's like,
Here it
it's Jack's Dining Room. Like this is where I eat.
I love that.
And things just kind of like moved and moved. 4 months in, we were at dinner, and there was this where it kind of like, it was the first time we started to like gain notoriety. We probably had like around 100,000 TikTok followers, probably less on Instagram, like 30. But it was like the first time we started to like feel like, okay, like we kind of have followers. So we're at this restaurant by Major Food Group in New York, the Asian Lobster Club.
Okay.
And we're at this table and we kind of like order a bunch of stuff, and this group of moms comes up and is like, oh my God, my daughters know you. It was like the first time I got recognized. And this guy sitting next to us, like across, probably like similar to how we are, was looking at us in this suit. And he's kind of like, who the are you guys? Like, what are you doing? And we start talking to him and we're like, yo, we work in consulting, but we're starting content, yada, yada. And he was the CEO of Sports Illustrated. This was the moment that like changed our life, honestly. Like, I think in every success story of like Steve Jobs or Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, like every entrepreneur kind of has that one story of like right place, right time, a little bit of luck. I think the harder you work, the more lucky that you get and you put yourself in those positions. So this was our like lucky moment that kind of just changed the trajectory of our lives. So we're at this dinner and he starts talking to us and he's like, what are you doing? Like, this is insane. Who are you? And we give him the whole story. And me and Liam just like pitched him the world. We're like, we make content. We're going to take over the world. Like we've done 30 million views, but we've only done it 20% with our time. Like we work the rest of the 80%, you know, we have plans to do da, da, da. And he was like, what if you started doing content around sports and different events? Cause he was the CEO of Sports Illustrated Men's Journal. He's like in travel. And we were like we would do 1 billion views. I actually remember he asked me, he was like, because they work with Sports Illustrated and like swimsuit too. And he was like, what if you could do like food reviews with Sports Illustrated models and different events? Like how many views would it get? And I remember at the dinner, I was like 1 billion views.
That's
and
insane.
so next, literally we meet him, and I don't know, there's a lot of moments in life where you like meet people and you have good conversations. And I'm sure like you've had these 1 million times, and a lot of it's fluff and it's just like a little bit of bullshit. But there was something about this one. Like I went to the bathroom after meeting him and talking. I was like, dude, I truly think that like this moment is gonna change our lives. And I swear to God, I'm not just saying this. You could ask like my friends and family. The month before that, we kind of were just like building momentum, and I kind of felt it. And I said to like my friends and like my parents, my siblings, my cousin, I was like, I don't know what is going to happen, but I feel like something is going to like, I feel like a break is coming, like something big is going to happen. And literally like 2 weeks later, we met him. So a week after this dinner, we get on a call with like their whole team, and they offer us like a full-time job to go on and like create content for Sports Illustrated and Men's Journal. So we created like a sports show. We created a travel show where we go to hotels in different cities, kind of like called it Now You're Here, like your ultimate guide of like where to eat in a city, where to stay, the cocktail bar to go to, and the activity. And that allowed
under their
us,
brand.
No, so it was under, that was the best part. It was under our brand, but like with them. So essentially they funded us for a year to like go all in on content.
Wow.
And after that, we just never looked back. And I tried to work at, I don't know if anyone from PwC is going to watch this, but I was working at PwC like for an extra 6 months while doing that. So it was like the best time of my life. So I was like not actually working, but keeping my computer open. And then we're like traveling. And so
silent quitting.
Yeah, the silent quitting.
Every boss hates it. Every boss hates a silent quitting.
Every boss hates it. Actually, one of my bosses was cool though. I was like, I had to stay there for 1.5 years until I had to like if I left early, you repay back your bonus.
Yeah.
And I was like a month out, and I told my boss, I was like, hey, like I'm gonna leave, but I'm a month away from having to repay my bonus. Like, what should I do? And he's like, just like don't say anything. Just like keep going. I was like, that's my dog. I was like, that's my dog.
Are you fine with this being live? It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I think that
Yeah, but-
hopefully they're happy for me.
I love
at this
that.
point.
I love the story. I actually see a lot in common with it with my own story. So it's very cool.
I'm very curious about your story.
I had a job at Apple
Okay.
and I tried not to silent quit,
Yeah.
but it was also COVID time, so I didn't actually have to be flying around like you were.
Yeah.
I was at home regardless
Mhm.
the entire time. And once I got a deal that paid me better than my salary, I was able to quit.
Yeah.
So very similar.
Yeah. Just
Very
the moment. And how did you feel? I think so many people ask me, they're like, how did you know when to jump? Like that's the biggest thing and the scariest thing is like, oh shit. Like when do you take that chance and that jump to go all in on something that you truly care about? I think what you just said is really smart.
It was
And the
that
same thing with us. It's like I always tell people, I'm like, don't jump too fast. Like
Mhm.
keep what you have for as long as you possibly can until you have no choice but to go to the next thing.
100%.
Like don't leave everything behind and go for the next
100%.
until you know that you can actually do it.
Also, when you have nothing
Yeah,
comparatively, you have nothing to lose in theory, right?
exactly.
But when you've worked your entire life to get a job at PwC or Apple, it's like, is it really worth risking this whole thing? Because I had
Yeah.
one video go viral.
Exactly.
And the short answer is no. So it's a good thing that you tested it out
Yeah.
and you made it work. So
When
it's
was
a
your
great
first
thing.
video?
My first video was in 2018.
Okay.
This is my 8th year.
So you've been in the game for a while.
I've been in the game for a while.
And I have to ask too, because we're big fans of it. When did you drop and are there any more songs coming? Commercial Flight. We're fans of Commercial Flight. That was
I really
it's a
appreciate
low key
that.
banger.
It's the best song. It's my favorite piece of content I've made by a stretch. My favorite piece of content.
Is more music coming? I feel like that people might want to know.
I think more music should come. I slowed it down. The content strategy's changed a bit.
Yeah,
But
the music is great.
The music was fun. This was all pre-reels and pre-video first social
Yeah.
and pre-interest media, where like I assume half Jack's Dining Room viewers don't even follow Jack's Dining Room,
Mhm.
you know, because your view numbers are insane. You have a lot of followers,
Mhm.
but a lot more views.
Yeah.
Back in the day, back in the day, in quotes, pre-reels and
Yeah.
pre-interest first media, people's views were usually less than their followers.
Mhm.
So you were basically servicing your followers and not servicing the interests of non-followers.
Mhm.
And things like Commercial Flight made a lot of sense because it was like the last step of a long story. I had told so many Gstaad guys smaller stories that then amalgamated to this Commercial Flight moment.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's very difficult to do now because the likelihood of the same person seeing 3 videos in a row is very slim.
Totally agree. I mean, you've done such a good job of this, but how important do you think like building real community within your content is?
I think it's incredibly important, and you're a testament to that. Especially if you want to go from digital to real world, which you've done very well. I think it's an incredibly important thing.
Mhm.
I remember the first video I saw of yours was focaccia sandwich, I think.
Yeah.
Crazy views
In Italy?
in Italy.
Yeah, maybe All'Antico.
All'Antico.
I think that's like one of our biggest videos ever.
Yeah, that's the first one I saw.
Yeah.
Second was chicken Caesar salad wrap, Los Angeles.
Okay.
It's crazy, humongous. Like,
yeah.
wrap.
I think was it really big?
really big
I think that's in Florida actually.
in Florida. Fine,
It's in Boca.
that's
I
the
know-
one.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
huge, like
Yeah, yeah. Like,
almost
they
rips apart. Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
I think that's the second video I saw of yours.
Yeah.
And then of course I'm a loyal follower.
I appreciate that. It's really cool to like meet other creators who are
Yeah.
doing really cool things and being fans of each other. Like I've seen your content so much before a friend connected us, and
Yeah.
then now we're here sitting on your podcast, which is
Thank you.
awesome.
That's
And
cool.
it's like really cool to see the progression and see someone like do really cool things and build a community and then get to be a part of it.
Right.
And there's so many people that I've met that I've become like internet friends with that are now genuinely really close friends of mine,
I love that.
which is awesome.
I hope we're there.
Definitely. I see that. I see that for us for sure.
This podcast is brought to you by Zap. Before we get into it, if you're in London, you need Zap. It's a 24/7 on-demand grocery app delivering straight to your door in a matter of minutes. Yes, minutes. I've been a Zap customer for years, and I'm honestly embarrassed to admit that I actually place a few Zap orders a day whenever I'm in London. One day it's Dalesford Organic, and the next it's David Protein, IM8, Drizzlicious, Apple AirPods, and even Acqua di Parma Colonia, of course. Just last night, I was sitting at dinner in Mayfair, and the table next to me actually had
a Zap bag delivered straight to their dinner table, and the gentleman pulled out a pack of antihistamines for his date's allergies, eye drops for himself, and a pack of gum, which I think was for both. All from Zap and without needing to stand up from their dinner table. It's chic, it's simple, it's convenient, it's Zap. I personally always use Zap directly from their app because I love having access to the full range, the fastest delivery times, and also the best value. But you can also use Zap on Uber Eats and on Deliveroo in London. So download Zap now and you'll understand exactly why my friends and I love Zap as much as we do. And now, back to the podcast. There's something that I love that you did, and I really appreciate it as a fan of yours, but also as someone that like rarely sees this happen. And I think when I see people achieve great success, especially in social media, as an intention, they usually have lots of consecutive wins. What I mean by that is there's a strategy and they execute on that strategy. On the flip side, when I see people who become content creators as a consequence of virality, basically posting one video, it goes viral by accident, there's usually a massive fall off. They rarely use that, strategize, and grow from there. They make a couple TikToks, they have the same joke, and they never really strategize beyond. That first video you made that went viral, it makes this all seem like a consequence, sort of. It's like, oh, this one video went viral, so let me just ride this wave. But actually, it sounds like it triggered this moment of insane strategic thinking. You are a PwC guy, so it kind of makes sense. But you immediately thought big picture versus thinking, how can I extract value from this moment? How can I get invited to this random party and be the cool guy on the block for a week? How can I make this a 5 or 10 year plan?
Mm-hmm.
Were you thinking of the possibility of this moment coming? Or were you waiting for that viral moment to happen? Or did it hit you like a bus? I'm really curious about that moment.
100%. Liam and I are so similar in that way that we've just like from the beginning, like literally from our first video, I feel like we've always been so tunnel visioned. Like we don't really care about like what's to the left and to the right.
Mhm.
Like it's solely our mission. And literally from the first day, we were like, we have the opportunity to like change the world of food. Like it was never about one viral video, or like it was never about going to the party or like making some money and buying a car. Like I don't care about that. I'm not like a materialistic guy. It was always about like, how can we build the biggest food community in the world? How can we use socials today as, you know, our vehicle? Because we live in an attention world. Like whoever gets the most attention has, you know, the power and can build things. So for us, we're like, okay, how can we get the most amount of attention and provide like real value with something we love? And it's not like we're trying to get attention. So many people are like clickbaity or put out negative things. And so many people always ask me this too. They're like, you say everything's good. How come you don't do any bad videos? It's like, I know the impact that we have on restaurants and, you know, how hard it is to be in that industry. The last thing I'm ever going to do is go talk shit about a mom and pop store or put someone down. Like if I don't like it, I don't post it, but we're all about positivity and about telling people what to eat and where to eat that I love, not where not to eat. Like I'm not going to spend my time eating bad food and telling you what not to get. So I understand how challenging it is to build a company. I mean, we're in the process of, we're a startup. It's really challenging day to day. I can only imagine how hard it is for like an immigrant family to run a restaurant. So yeah, Liam and I have kind of had this mentality of like, we're going to pave our own path. We're going to just have our blinders on and be tunnel visions and really think, okay, like how can we use content to bring people together and build a community? How can we then build an in-person aspect of that to like not only watch a Jack's Dining Room video, but come experience it? And that's what birthed the food festival. We traveled the world for 2.5 years trying the best food, seeing some crazy things. And we're like, okay, this is amazing. Billions of people have seen the videos, but how can we actually like touch it, feel it, give them an experience, give them a chance to be together and celebrate the chefs? And we're like, what if we threw a festival? So a year and a half ago was our first festival in New York. And literally like it was May. And we're like, oh, we should do a festival. August, we just like threw it together with a team.
Wow.
And we're like, oh, shit, this actually worked. We sold out in like 2 Instagram posts and it was insane. It was so much smaller. Looking back on it today, it feels like such a kid version of what we did. But I remember like at that moment, we're like, oh my God, like this is the coolest thing ever. We had 25 restaurants. We did our first ever tuna cutting and 6,000 people showed up. And we're like, whoa, like this is real. And I think it's so hard and impressive when creators can get people to show up. Like I always say, it's not necessarily hard to go viral anymore on the internet. Like people go viral every second.
Absolutely.
But it's like, can you keep that? And can you build something that matters and is that adds value to people's lives? And I think if you can get 20 people to show up in a room on a Tuesday, that is way more important and way more powerful than getting 10 million views on a video. And that's something that like I really pride, and it's all team. Like Liam is one of the smartest people I've ever met. And like having people around you that can think long term and like saying no is so much more powerful than saying yes.
Yeah.
And just thinking like our mentality is how can we kind of own everything we do? Like rather than work with partners, like you mentioned the hat, like I was wearing hats in all of our videos for so long and for the first like 6 months. And people would start to come up to me, I think because of the hat. So really early on, we were like, wait a minute, like what if we made our own hat and wore that hat in every single video for 2 reasons. One, it comes like this beacon of branding. And 2, like it's something that people can be a part of and buy and feel like they're part of the community. And for the longest time, like I swear the hat was, people might not have recognized me, but they would recognize the hat. So we would walk places and they'd be like, oh, the Yes Chef dude. And I would take the hat off and I'd be like, kind of like incognito. So that was like one of our first decisions where we're like, okay, we're not going to wear other people's hats, but we're going to wear ours. Because we're like really thinking, okay, how is wearing it might seem simple, but how is wearing a hat in every single one of our videos going to impact our brand and our community in 5 years? And I think it was one of the smartest things we've like ever done. And then the festival and the business side that we're growing, and we're launching a studio to do a lot of like larger scale food content and kind of create like our own version of the Food Network. So everything we've done is like very calculated.
Amazing.
And it's just all about surrounding yourself with smarter people than you are. So like
I love that.
That's what has allowed us to like really take the next step. But yeah, it's never been about like virality.
I really see the energy and the desire from you and your team's side to actually create value versus extract value. I think that shows in the tone of voice you have. It shows in the questions you ask the outlet owners, the restaurant owners, and the chefs about what they're doing and why they're doing it. You're not trying to take from any of these places by going viral on their demise and speaking negatively ever. You're always praising and trying to create impact for the people in the restaurants, but then trying to create value for the viewer by creating these real life events. So I'd love to first actually learn more about the impact, because I know that you've sometimes created content for a small place that then wasn't a small place anymore, or a struggling place that wasn't struggling anymore.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about the impact one of your videos has had on these places?
That's probably like my favorite part and feeling. And like you said, I think it's really like we live in a world that's big enough where a lot of people can win together. The restaurant can win and the viewer can win, and both people can be really happy. We have like so many stories. One that I like to tell, there was this sandwich shop, and it's cool because it's not just like in New York or the US, it's become global now.
It's amazing.
There's this sandwich shop in Madrid called Divo Rare, and we went like a year and a half ago. And Liam is so talented at seeing like something that no one else can see and being like that's it.
Viral.
That's good. Yeah, like there's a story there.
Funny.
So we saw this clip of a sandwich. It was literally this focaccia sandwich that was being made with burrata, and he was like, we need to go hit that. And I was like, oh yeah, that looks good. So we go to this sandwich shop, we do a video, and they have this mortadella sandwich with burrata and pistachios, house-made bread, and we were like, okay, we want to add honey on ours to just spruce it up a little bit, which didn't exist. So we do a video, and it does really well. It's not like, it probably does like 8 million views, 10 million views, which is obvious, like that's amazing, but like it wasn't like our biggest video ever.
Okay.
And they have one location when we did this video like a year and a half ago or 2 years ago. We went back a couple months ago to Madrid. They now have 9 stores.
Wow.
They opened up 8 new locations, and we talked to them, and they were like, we didn't even sell honey before. And they now have like drums of honey, like literally like thousands of pounds of honey in their warehouse.
Did you bring your own honey the first time?
We honestly might have. I forget. Maybe they like had it. We might have like actually brought our own honey. I
It's
kind of
so
forget.
funny.
But and they have like a picture of me like on the menu, and it's just really cool because it's a family in Madrid. It's not like some big place, but like they literally in a year went from 1 to 9 locations, which is
Amazing.
insane. There's this place, Montague's Gusto, which I always like to talk about. It's this sandwich shop in the east side of New York. And it's this immigrant who drives like 2.5 hours every day. And he just works his ass off. His name's Andre, the nicest guy ever. And we went and we did a video there. And it's just like the most random place ever. Like, I don't know. It's not like a place, but they make amazing sandwiches. And we did a video and it just like blew up and every creator went and did sandwiches. And he texted me like literally yesterday. He was like, it's been a year and a half since your video. And like people are still going crazy. The lines are still at the door. Like they named a sandwich called the Jack Gusto. And he was like, we're so honored that you were a part of it. And like the honor is really like mine to be able to see these people just like work their ass off and
I love that.
Get highlighted and get like, the praise that they deserve. But yeah, there's so many. For me, it's like, it's always the mom and pop shops that I think like hit the hardest and that mean the most to me. Like there's a sandwich place. Alenteco's obviously very big, but they're everywhere now.
Yeah.
There's a place, I Gironi. It's I think the best sandwich shop in Florence.
Okay.
And it's this husband wife, and it's a small single shop. And we did a video there again like 2 years ago, and it wasn't like, it was kind of empty. And now that video did like 30 million views, and it is like a premier sandwich shop, and they just like crush it. And they also have like a special sandwich on the menu now that we did. So it's really cool to like, and that just, once I see that too, I'm like, the last thing I would ever want to do is have the opposite impact and close a restaurant.
Yep.
There's enough negativity and hate in this world.
Yeah.
Like we don't need more of that.
I feel something about you that I'm sure the audience feels right now. And it's this abundance energy in all that you do versus a scarcity energy. I noticed that when you were talking about food content creators to begin with, like already a saturated market, someone who has a scarcity mindset might think there's already enough people doing this. The puck is already on their side. There's no need for me to try this too. That's scarcity mindset. The abundance mindset is, oh, there's so much room for so many different people to win here. I'll take a more positive view. I'll take a more authentic view of just reacting as I would with friends. And I'll prop up these restaurants. The same way with the restaurants, I think I see content creators who say, I wouldn't do an ad for anyone for free. So I'm only going to talk about places that I can get a kickback from or that I can extract some value from. I don't want to just create value for another person. And I'm loving these signs of abundance that I think seem second nature to you as a person, where you just want to do the best thing in the best way possible, and you believe the good will come somehow after. Is that always how you've been as a person?
Yeah. I mean, I try to just like, I think if you're a really good person, and I appreciate that, I think if you're a really good person and you just put out good energy and you do good to the world, good things will return. Because like we don't take money from any restaurants. We don't get paid. There's actually these scammers going around, and it's actually scary, that are emailing a bunch of restaurants and small businesses on our behalf. And we've gotten like hundreds of emails being like, is this you? And some of them have paid them like $1,000, which is really sad. And it's scary to see that like we live in a world where people will pretend to be you and take advantage of like smaller businesses, but that's nothing that like we would never do that. We don't take money from restaurants. And for us, it's like, let's focus on the community. Let's focus on like what we truly care about. Let's just go put out the best food content, bring the most positivity, and like everything else will come. Like because of that, now we do food festivals and sold out 10,000 people in LA and New York.
Yeah.
That's not from building a brand of like, hey, pay me to do something. That's like, let's just like do really good work, uplift people, build a community, and the things will come. And I think if you continuously have that mindset of like, okay, how can I just like, genuinely add value to things, the value will come back 10 times.
I love that.
And I think that's the difference between like the short-sighted and the long-term thinking. And a lot of people are like, okay, like, oh, I could get $1,000 right now. It's like, you could, or you could work really hard for, the next year, not necessarily take the kickback and then get $100,000 at the end of the year. And it's like, what do you prefer? One's a little bit harder and riskier because you don't have the money in your hand today, but
Yeah.
it's about really like building and doubling and tripling down on the brand. And we try to we really truly care about what we do when we're building. Like on the food festival, like in LA, we invested a lot of money. Like we're not out here like getting rich off a food festival. In fact, it's the opposite. We're like almost losing money, but we're investing so much into the experience
Yeah.
to try to truly give someone an experience they've never seen before.
Can already imagine that it's a beautiful experience purely based on your initial intentions of doing what you're doing. Like, I will never try to convince a scarcity person who's a value extractor to become an abundance person who's a value creator. I think it's quite innate and quite true to the person's view of how they interact with the world. And I think that every step of your journey so far has shown that abundance. And I'm sure that at these festivals, you are trying to give all these restaurants the best platform possible to shine in other ways they otherwise can't. Speaking of that, I have an idea that I'm working on that I think you should actually do a similar thing with. I realized that when I wait outside a restaurant in a random place, a lot of the restaurants have these stickers on the glass of like TripAdvisor 5-star and Michelin Guide, of course, very credible.
Yeah.
But then all these other random stickers that mean nothing to like our generation and their friends.
Or something already that we're working on.
Okay, good. But
we're launching, not to cut you off, but something that I'm really excited about. There's a ton of different verticals of like our business end, but we've launched Yes Chef Guides.
Fantastic.
Which to me, I think, and I'm hopeful that Yes Chef Guides will become like the Gen Z, the modern day cool kid version of Michelin Guides.
Fantastic.
I personally, we can talk. I could talk hours and hours and hours about food and restaurants. Obviously,
yeah.
Some Michelin star restaurants I love, but I really don't love food that's just like art. Like
Completely
I personally
agree.
do not enjoy 2-3 Michelin star restaurants because it's more so about like the foam and the design of the plate than the actual food. Like when I eat, I like abundance. I want to eat big sandwiches and pieces of meat. Like I don't want to eat miniature food because it just doesn't taste the same. In my mind, and like I guess this goes more into how I work is like you say one thing and then it just triggers this next idea.
That's the podcast.
It just flows. Yeah, literally. I like to look at things on like this triangle from a business perspective. And I think it's like moving forward, if we can do this, like we'll be able to build something incredible. If you have content, community and experience and product. So like for me, that's like the golden triangle. So if you can create really good content, that builds a community, have an experience around that, and then create a product that adds value to that community and connect all those things together, I think you'll win on the highest level, especially moving forward with, AI and technology kind of taking over everything.
I agree.
So for us, it's like we make food videos and people love to watch it and get recommendations and see food from around the world. We can have a food festival that brings them together. And then, we're working on some products that I think will add a lot of value and be really good for people in that space. And it's like, how can each thing you do have a content side of it, have a community and an in-person experience side of it, and then a product that someone can walk away with? Because community and the experience of actually being somewhere, I think makes a brand so much more powerful.
And I think the driving force of all three of those, if that's the engine, like the fuel of it all, I think it's credibility.
Yeah.
And it's when I hear Jack's voice, I know I'm going to trust what he's about to say. When I see him wearing his hat, I know it's going to spark interest that I'm going to act on. And if I'm walking into a restaurant and I see a Yes Chef Guides sticker, maybe I haven't seen the video, it didn't hit my feed, or you haven't even made a video yet because it takes a long time to make videos. At least if I see the plaque there, or the sticker there, I know, oh, this is a place that I would like, because I know that the community and I both don't like fancy schmancy presentation first of all bark and no bite. We actually want all bite and no bark.
Exactly.
We don't mind a sloppy slop bowl, as long as it tastes fantastic and it's qualitative and not just like nice for Instagram.
Definitely. How did you take the transition? Because I think you've done a really good job and are a really good example of going from building this community of people that love your content and engage and who they are really well, and then transitioning into your own brand and Poubelle, which has been great. And I've seen it pop up
Thank
all
you.
over. And congrats.
Thank you so much.
It looks awesome. I need to start rocking some soon.
I'll send you some. I know you're wearing 2Js right now.
Yeah.
It's
Do you
very
know the
cool.
2Js guys?
I've met them a few times.
They're great.
They're very, very cool
super
guys.
talented. But
They've done a great job.
I'm sure people, I know that they probably watching know your story well, but I'm so curious about like your transition and what you saw work for you to go from content to product is really hard.
Mm.
Like, I think that's the most challenging thing in the world is, can you turn one of your viewers into like a customer? And not, I think that has a bad connotation to it. It's like, oh, can you take advantage of them? Like for us and for me, and I'm sure you think the same way, it's not like, can I take advantage of this person watching my content? It's like, how can I add value to their life and add addition to the content they're watching through something I know they're going to enjoy?
I really appreciate the question. I have a dear friend, his name is Alex Icon, you would love him. He's an abundance first person to the nth degree. He doesn't believe in value extraction in any way. He believes in creating value for people. And if that has a positive byproduct, then great. And if it doesn't, at least you made someone else's day better. And when I first started Gstaad Guy, I did not have that view entirely. I was making content and having fun. But on the business side, I was always thinking, okay, how can I now get something in return? What business can I start to make money off my audience? And my first business was a skincare line. I had no credibility in skincare, and I wasn't trying to make the best skincare product for my audience. I was trying to make as much money as I could from my audience. Skincare line failed. Second product made these like cardigans. I already had so much credibility wearing Loro Piana and talking about Loro Piana. My cardigans, of course, were not as well made as Loro Piana. Failed. Third product, rosé. I had heard all this big celebrity news of like George Clooney, Casamigos, Kendall Jenner 818. Oh, maybe Gstaad Guy becomes the next unicorn in the wine space. So throughout the wine, I had made no content about wine, no credibility in wine. Guess what? I don't drink. I never even had wine.
So people are like, wait a minute. This is really interesting to me because I feel like a lot of people have one chance to throw out a product. And that, like, good for you to keep
trying.
going again and being honest with like yourself and with your audience of like, hey, I've come far as a individual and a person, and I've like realized the more important things, but keep going. I'm like very like,
thank you so much.
Very interested about this.
So I tried the wine and worked in the wine for a few years, about 4 years. And I was catching up with Alex Icon at dinner in London, and he's like, oh, dude, loving the content. How are the businesses going? And I was like, meh, I thought they'd be going better. They're okay. And he says, I'm not surprised at all. I'm like, not surprised at all. Why is this guy being so negative?
Like, what the hell?
Like, I thought you supported me. He's like, I love you.
That's a real friend.
That's a real friend. It's like, I love you. I love everything you do, but I don't see intention in any of your businesses. I don't see love, and I don't see value creation. I see you trying to extract value because you're starting businesses that all you care about is the outcome. You don't care about the product. You don't care about the process. And I was like, you know what? You're so right. Like, that's 100% factual. I feel so strongly about the brands I work with, of which I own none of. Like, I love Loro Piana. I love Audemars Piguet. I love these brands that I was an ambassador of and I am an ambassador of. But none of the businesses I started was I starting with the intention of abundance. And I said, so what do you suggest I do? And he said, well, I think you should pause, think about what you do for your audience digitally and how you can bring that into the real world. Kind of like you bringing the restaurant energy and the excitement of trying something new in your videos to your festivals. And I paused again with him and I said, listen, what I do for my audience is allow them to connect over shared absurdities, shared experiences, shared humor, and they actually get closer through them. I realized that I hosted a 3 years of Gstaad Guy party in London, and 2 acquaintances were at the party, and they bonded over a Gstaad Guy joke, and they ended up getting married.
No way. That's incredible.
It's incredible. And I spoke to them about it, and they're like, yeah, we're just bonding over your jokes.
Amazing.
We love your jokes so much that we actually went on a second date and got married.
That is awesome.
Insane, right? And I realized that this is actually something happening at scale. If the 2 of us meet on the street, the second we realize we both like backgammon, that brings us like 30% closer, right?
Do you play backgammon?
I play backgammon.
Oh, we got to play. I love backgammon. It's like
there we go.
Favorite game.
Best friends. See?
Let's go.
See? And we realized we both love sandwiches. Then, oh my God, we're this much closer. And we realized we both actually dislike fancy schmancy foam
Mhm.
restaurants. We're that much closer. And I realized my content was doing that in the virtual world. People were DMing my videos to each other and saying, oh, Gstaad guy says the loud guy in the room is annoying. I also think the loud guy in the room is annoying. We should be friends. And I wanted to bring that into the real world. So I spoke to Alex Icon again and I said, listen, I want people to wear their interests. I want people to wear their dislikes. I want people to wear and share their absurdities. Charm bracelets. He's like, I'm in. Whatever it is, I'll invest. He like signed the napkin type of thing. Not actually, but you know the way that goes. And I came up with the idea for Poubelle, a reinvention of the charm bracelets where people could wear their absurdities. They could wear the things that define who they are. They could wear the jokes they love most. They could wear their interests in a way that also is quite masculine, because charm bracelets for the longest time, they've existed for hundreds of years, maybe even thousands, where people just wore different symbols. But they always were dangling.
Yeah, it's like too dangly.
Too dangly, too
loud.
noisy. So I came up with a side linking technology, which we patented.
Love it.
Thank you. And launched Poubelle. And
I love the name too. You
Thanks.
don't. I love how you don't take yourself seriously.
yeah,
That's like my
No
favorite
need.
thing. Like
Thank
people
you.
in the world who take themselves too seriously are like, come on.
I
Like
agree.
life is too short. Nothing is that serious. That's very much me.
I agree.
Like, I feel very, I don't know, I guess in a good way, like
Yeah.
young. I'm 27. I feel like that's like kind of
Yeah.
old. Like I'm an adult, but like I just feel like such a kid.
Just
I think just having that energy and not taking, like naming your high end, like really thoughtful, careful jewelry brand like trash. Like that's awesome because
Thank you.
it's like you don't,
Yeah.
it's not too serious. You know, like where you stand, you know your audience. And I think that's a perfect example of
Thank you.
like thinking about what your audience cares about, and okay, here's a product that's adjacent to what you do that they can connect with and they can love. And I think that's how like the winners are born.
I appreciate that. And I think we know from the audience, because when I posted Poubelle, people were very excited about it. But when I posted the skincare, cardigans, wine, whatever, I'd get a lot of sellout
Yeah.
comments. Like, oh my God, you're sellout, you know? And with your festivals, I think it's the same thing. People feel like it's an opportunity for them to actually engage with the Yes Chef community versus you trying to take things away from them. You're actually giving them a chance to step into your world. And I think that's what an authentic and successful content creator to product or content creator to service transition looks like. It's that abundance first creation of value versus the extraction of it.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
I think one of the hardest things is figuring out, and I'm sure you're going through this now, and I'd love to hear your thoughts of where do you split your time? Because the reason you are who you are today is because of the people love the content and you make the content. That's the reason people love you and know your face and listen to the podcast and buy Poubelles, because of the amazing videos and content that you put out. And then you start to build a business, and slowly, like it splits time.
Yeah.
And you need to think about like, okay, what is a priority? What's important? Do I continue on this road of building content and getting bigger?
Yeah.
Do I put more time into this business? Is one going to take away from the other? So how do you think about splitting your time into a podcast, making content, a product, to ensure that you can still be the person you are to all the people that love you and connect with you?
It's a tough balance and challenge. I completely agree. The core of everything I do is content first. It's my connection vehicle. It's my communication vehicle. It's what keeps all the engines running. Without the content, nothing moves.
We're the same exact way.
Yeah, same.
That is the Iron Man heart.
Exactly.
That's the glow.
And the arm is the podcast. The other arm is something else.
The missile coming out of the shoulders, Poubelle.
You need the glow.
If you don't have the content, the glow, it's all gone.
It's all gone.
100% agree.
So I kind of try to think in 5 or 10 year plans and work backwards from there. I don't know if I can be and want to be frowning in character 10 years from now. You know, like I've been doing it now for 8 years.
Yeah.
Does it make sense to do that for another 8 years? I think it's unlikely.
Yeah.
But can I still storytell and connect with an audience through another language? I use the language of comedy. I use the language of my characters. Maybe the new language is authenticity. Maybe the new language is long form podcast. I'm just testing it and figuring it out.
Definitely.
So the way I split up my time, I think, like most founders, number one is putting fires out. Monday morning, there's always a fire.
God.
You know, you have to like solve a problem. Something went wrong. And someone is sick. You have to step in, take their job for the week. whatever it is. So fire out number one. If there are no fires out, number two is the top priorities for longevity. So not about the short-term wins, but more about how can I make sure that this is still a thing 3, 5, 10 years.
Mhm.
And then just doing something Monday, something Tuesday.
Yeah.
I haven't had a structure that really makes
Yeah, neither have I. And
clear
I don't know
sense.
if it's gonna happen.
I don't think
Some
it does.
people come up to me and are like, "Oh my God, you have the best job ever. Like, I wish I could just eat food all day." And I'm like,
I'm not eating
"Bitch, me too." Like, I wish I could eat food all day. Like, what, you think I'm just like eating sandwiches all
All day
day,
long.
like sitting back by a pool? Like, I think that a lot
It's
of
so funny.
people
Yeah,
don't understand like the work that goes into,
it's true.
you know, growing a community and like truly trying to become one of the, you know, the best in a category. Like
Mhm.
we work our ass off. Same to you, and you can see it, you could tell it. There's a reason that you're here. There's a reason the products do so well. There's a reason the
I
content
appreciate
does
it.
so well. But like, yeah, we're like my girlfriend hates me because I don't see
Hustling.
her. I'm
Yeah,
not
of
spending time
course.
with her. I'm in the office until 8 p.m. Like I work 1,000 times harder today than I did at PwC, but I'm so happy. And I try to say like to our team that we're not working, we're building.
hmm
That to me is such a fundamental difference. Like
Yeah.
we're building something. There's a difference between working on something. If you
Yeah.
work on something, you go home, you don't care about it.
Mhm.
If you build something, that's yours. You take
Yeah.
pride in it.
Yeah.
You truly care about it. So try to always remind our team, like
It's true.
we're building, we're not working.
Without you telling me that, I see all of that just by looking at your account. Because there's two things. There are two measures that tell me that someone's a builder. One is the longevity. Going viral once is easy. Going viral twice is not that hard. But going viral over and over again in different categories and different ways of telling stories is very difficult unless you're creating hate. So
Mhm.
basically, the two measures are positive messaging plus longevity and virality.
Mhm.
Those together tell me someone's a builder. You can go viral over and over again if you're just spreading
Definitely.
conspiracy theories and hate messages and matrix content,
Mhm.
but that's like you're doing bad for the world. And if you just go viral for a week and think all of a sudden you're Bezos, you need a bit of a reality check, you know? So it's a long game, and a long game that I think you only really win in with good intention. And the people who think you're eating sandwiches all day are probably not playing any long game. You know, I think anyone who plays a long game understands long games, you know, like
Yeah.
the overnight successes don't exist.
That's something that I've like
Yeah.
come to realize. I don't know, as a creator and like making content, like for the longest time, you're like, oh, I'm gonna, if I met this one person, I'm gonna gain all these followers and things are gonna change overnight. Like I remember when I was just getting started, there was this person I collabed with, I was going to collab with, and I was like, oh my God, this is gonna change everything. I'm gonna,
Yeah.
like, he has millions of followers and I have like a couple thousand, like I'm gonna gain so many.
hmm
And we did a collab and I gained like maybe 100, like nothing to do with him. He's a great guy, but it doesn't work like that.
No.
Like there's no shortcut, and
No.
people DM a lot and ask like, "Hey, I love food and I'm getting into content. Like, what do you recommend?"
hmm
And I think some people think that I'm gonna say something that just is like, "If you do this, you're gonna
You're good. Yeah.
blow up and win." But that doesn't exist. You need to care about what you do,
Mhm.
and you need to be consistent and persevere through the challenges. Just like
Yeah.
every single day. There's not a formula to going viral to, I mean, there's a formula like going viral, but there's not a formula to like building a real brand. It's just
Yeah.
something that you need to like truly love within.
I've tried to think about this a lot. I think the only way I can kind of define it is you need to make lots of decisions well and make
Yeah.
them quickly and allow them to compound.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's listeners right now who heard your story about the Sports Illustrated guy and think, that's what I'm missing. You know, Jack, if he didn't sit at that restaurant and have the Sports Illustrated guy, he'd be a nobody. But I think you give him too much credit, because I think if it wasn't him, you would have still done all of this. You know, like, I'm sure grateful to Mr. Sports Illustrated if you're listening. I'm sorry. But but I think generally you were waiting for that opportunity and you were ready for that opportunity. And that would have happened regardless with Dave Portnoy or the next guy.
Yeah.
You know, someone would have given you that chance because you were so well prepared for the chance.
Yeah.
The reality is, I think people get chances every day and they don't even realize what was a chance. Like the amount of childhood friends I've seen get blessed with opportunity and they actually don't even realize it was an opportunity. They actually didn't even see it walk by, or they see someone they'd love to work with and they're too shy to go speak to them.
100%.
That's on them, you know?
You have to be willing to take it.
You have to be willing to go grab
And
it
that's something that
over and over again.
since the beginning, and you have to, especially in this world, like you have to not really care what people think. There's always going to be people that are saying like, oh, you suck, or this isn't good, or you're cringe. Just like tunnel vision. You
Absolutely.
can't, if you think about what everyone else is thinking of you, you're never going to succeed. And I think the most important thing too is like, you have to truly love what you're doing. If you don't love what you're doing, people are going to see. You might last a week, a month, a year, 2 years. But if you don't truly care, people are going to sniff it out.
That's true.
And it's not going to matter. No matter what you do, no matter what you build, it's like, it's not authentic. It's not real.
The longevity comes from that, I think, as well. How do you feel about attention spans online?
I think, I mean, it's really like sad because attention spans are so quick. Like you literally have 4 seconds to just get someone's attention. And for us, something that like we're really going much further into is YouTube and our long form content of really investing. Because I like same thing with you. I do think, you know, I hope one day when I'm like 80 years old, I'm still honestly like making food content. I don't know if I'm going to be making Instagram reels the same way I am, but I love food and I think that passion will never run out. And I see that lasting forever. The good thing about food is it connects so many people. So like with us, I like to say too, like food and like food and travel, food and sports, food and leisure. So we've now, like we started off doing food videos and then we would go to these sporting events. Like actually the first time Liam and I kind of like got into that world, we were at a Drake concert. And this was like when we were, again, kind of coming up a little bit and like just starting to get some notoriety. And we snuck into the suite section of MSG. And we're like walking around and I found an empty suite. And my dumbass was like, oh my God, I found an empty suite at the Drake concert. Like, let's just stay here. Like, idiot. This guy comes in and I'm like, I was like, I'm going to like get thrown out or like my ass kicked. And this dude is like, oh, you're the Yes Chef guy? Because I'm wearing the hat. And he's like, oh, I love your videos. Like, you want to stay in the suite? And I was like, holy shit. I called him. I'm like, dude, come here quick. Like right now, like this guy's letting us stay in our suite and there's like sushi and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. And we did a video about it, just kind of sneaking in. Like we've always had this fake it till you make it mentality. Like no one is anyone until they are. If that makes sense.
It's true.
Like you just have to try and fake it till you make it. And then all of a sudden you're there and like it's real. So we would then like, we used that video as leverage to go to, and we did a video on Lakers. They had this courtside experience, this tunnel suite. And that was like one of our first sports videos. And that video did like 50 million views. And we did the whole experience because we were like, okay, people that eat food also love sports. So what if we combine them? And what if we did a really high-end experience about the food at a suite? And it just compounded.
I remember seeing that video and I thought this is so excessive. So much food.
Oh my God, that video, that was insane. And the suite really was like, it was great, but we just used that to like go to the next. So since then, like F1 flew us out to do F1 Vegas. The Kentucky Derby flew us out to do their new paddock suite. Brooklyn Nets courtside experience, Clippers, and it just like went, you know, one on top of the next. And then same thing with travel. We were like, there's incredible food at nice hotels and yachts. So we did the Ritz-Carlton yacht in Monaco. Like same thing. Like that video did like 25 million views because the content is not necessarily like about food, but food is rooted throughout. And
it's the link.
You have the parallel. Like if, you know, plenty of people that love nice food, love to travel and love to go on nice experiences and go to sports. So we're like, okay, how can we touch everything? And the same thing with music. So now we like Coachella brings us out and we do the food at Coachella.
Amazing.
Because it's rooted in music, but it has that food connection that's like at the baseline that's connecting everyone. So answering your question about attention, I think capturing attention is really hard, but when you have an audience that cares about what you're talking about and is genuinely interested, it's definitely like a little bit easier. But for us, it's like I want to invest the time into long form because there's only so much you can tell in short form. Like short form, I have like a love-hate with. Like I love short form content and it's like our engine, but I kind of hate how you can't necessarily fully be yourself because there are certain things and like this is something that we've developed and like Liam is so good at like he just knows how to make a video go viral. He knows how to look at something and just make it work.
You have to trigger somehow.
Like literally, like we haven't posted a video in like the last 2 years that has done under 1 million views.
It's amazing.
Because the way that he produces and directs, I say, he's like the Christopher Nolan of short form content. Like he just knows what works. It's like it's insane.
I love your
And
prime rib video last week
yeah,
where the sauce is spilling.
that was actually an accident. I was holding it, and we actually have this. I don't know if you know Casey Neistat.
I do, yeah.
Yeah. So we love his videos, and we have like our own kind of like language
Mhm.
that we've created with shots, and we have a thing called Casey shot because he would go really close to the camera and be like really close in frame. So we have a thing called Casey shot where like you hold the food close. And we actually met Casey one time and we told him that we're like, we love yourself so much, and we like named a word after you. It's like our verb now. And I was holding the prime rib and I was like, oh fuck, it spilled. And Liam was like, good.
Perfect.
He was like, yes. And it's just like he just knows.
He knows.
That video, by the way, is on TikTok. It has like 20 million views, but it's like 25,000 comments. And
Wow.
every single comment is like, that thing is still moving. That thing's raw. Prime rib. There are certain things in the world that just go viral, that just people can't help but talk about.
Mm.
Prime rib is one of them.
So
Sandwiches is one of them, like Cat's Deli in New York.
Wow.
Cat's Deli just like goes viral.
Yeah.
People just are obsessed with it.
Yeah.
So there's certain things that I think get attention.
Mhm.
I think the power and the goal is like, you know, if Anthony Bourdain were still around, he could go eat a banana on a bench and everyone would be dying to know what he thinks.
Mm.
Because he's built such a strong brand and such strong authority in the food space that he can command attention no matter what.
Mhm.
That's the goal. And like looking to those people who have done it so well. It's like, how can I get to the point where, you know, I could eat a mango on an island and people just care.
Yeah.
Like, and you can just get people's attention. And then going back to long form versus short form, having long form, the ability to dive a little deeper and tell a little bit more of a story, because short form is a minute to 2 minutes. Like
Mhm.
people really swipe fast. No one's staying around for 5, 10, 15, 20-minute videos on Instagram. So I love what we have the opportunity and ability to do on YouTube
Mhm.
is just go a level deeper for those that really care. And I truly think that like, you know, 100,000 people that are watching a 20-minute video is way more powerful than 5 million people watching a 1-minute video.
Mhm.
Because those people really
It's
care.
intentional.
Those people are intentional. Those people are, YouTube is it's a point and click network. It's not a swipe. I mean, they have shorts, but like you're on YouTube, you're typing something or you're clicking on something. It's not just thrown in your
It's not
face.
by
So
accident when
you
you're
actually
on the
have to
toilet.
search it and care
Yeah,
about it.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly. It's so funny. People are like, dude, like I watch you on the toilet every morning. I'm like, thanks. I hope it's like a fun
Charming.
time. So yeah, I think like being able to create different kinds of attention, having the short form attention, having the long form attention where you can tell a deeper story and people are truly, you know, caring. We're working on some really cool things on like the TV side of things, which I'm really excited about.
I love that.
To just kind of expand and hit people with different styles of content.
Love it.
But yeah, it's the same thing with you. It's like thinking, okay, like what do I want to be doing in 10 years? Do I want to be doing the same style videos? How am I going to be telling stories? But I think the good thing about food is we can tell stories of food till the end of time.
Mhm.
I think food is the connector of all people.
Mhm.
Doesn't matter what religion, race, gender, color you are. You could have two people sit down that don't even speak the same language, but they'll communicate over food just by the looks and the feel and the emotion. Like food touches the soul, I think, unlike anything else.
Yeah.
And that's something that will always touch the soul and unite people. So our goal is to build that community that can unite the most amount of people.
This podcast is brought to you by Poubelle, bringing you interchangeable charm jewelry hand-painted with enamel on sterling silver, allowing you to celebrate all the things you love and all the things you might question through interchangeable sterling silver bracelets, bangles, whoop, charms, mini charm, bracelets, rings, cufflinks, and much more. And all customizable through our 3D builder on Poubelle.com. That is Poubelle, Poubel.com. gstaad.com. Thank you so much for watching, and now back to the podcast.
I know that you are an absolute generalist, as am I. Like, you're doing 10 different things. We're creating content, starting these businesses, working on all these things. But we're both passionate about narrow expertise at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, we are general, but we love specialization. When it comes to restaurants, I personally love specialization. I know there's lots of that in the US, but there also is lots of like generalization here, especially when it comes to big events where sushi and pizza are served at the same place.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you called me and said, hey, dude, let's go to my favorite sushi plus pizza place, I'd be like, sounds kind of strange. We won't go there. So I'm curious on the personal side and even on the communication side, how you feel about generalization in food versus specialization.
It's crazy you say that, because if you ask my friends or people around me, I say the same thing. If you serve sushi and pizza, you don't serve good sushi or pizza.
Yeah.
I feel the same exact way. Like, I don't like to go to a restaurant that has this, that, and that.
Yeah.
Like, obviously a restaurant has many dishes, but like, you don't do Korean food and Brazilian food at the same place.
I'm sorry, Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, I've actually never been to Cheesecake Factory.
It is delicious.
And I want to
so
go.
sorry,
I've
it's
heard they have
delicious.
like 700 dishes. Like, they do pad thai, they do
Yeah.
kung pao chicken,
They do
cheesecake,
everything.
spaghetti
They
bolognese.
do everything. The menu is an actual book.
Oh, I've heard.
It's ridiculous.
I really want to go. That's like one restaurant that I actually like truly want to go and try. And all my friends love it. And when I tell people I haven't been, they're like, oh my God.
Hillstone is like a bougie Cheesecake Factory.
Hillstone's an exception.
It's very good.
Their sushi is really good. Their prime rib sandwich is amazing. Their chicken sandwich is top.
It's effectively comfort food.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect way to put it. Of like, it's I've never been to Cheesecake Factory, but it's a fancy Cheesecake Factory.
It is.
There are very few restaurants that I think can do that well, where they can do like 5 separate items really well, or different categories.
Hotels as well. Hotel lobbies.
Yeah, hotel lobbies is fair.
Yeah.
Like, you'll get a sushi bar and an Italian place.
Chicken tikka masala. Club sandwich.
Yeah. Like the Satai does that great. That's really good food.
Exactly.
But yeah, I normally try to agree that like I don't try to mix a bunch of different food types. Are you a big foodie?
I wouldn't say I'm a big foodie.
Yeah.
My number one priority in food is convenience.
Okay.
I don't want to wait for a long time. So, you know when you were talking about pre-reading the menu?
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking of the inverse, and sitting at dinner with friends when the waiter or waitress is there taking the order, and the friend is like taking 3 minutes to read the menu.
Yeah.
It just drives me crazy.
Yeah.
So I love that you're a pre-menu reader.
Yeah,
it's fantastic. You can just go in, eat, and leave.
we eat a lot of food. People always are like, do you actually eat the food? Like, we eat.
Yeah.
When we go to dinners with friends, not only like, sometimes we'll go to multiple restaurants.
Yeah.
I've said this before. Like, I don't think you don't necessarily have to go to dinner at one restaurant. That's like a social construct that people like, you need to get dinner at one place. Like, you can get dinner at 2 restaurants.
2 nibbles.
Yeah, you get a couple bites here and a couple bites there. But when we go to dinner, like, my goal at any restaurant is to try the most amount of dishes as possible. So if I could get the whole menu, that's a win. That's how I view going into a restaurant. So I like a sweet spot. I ideally like 5 people. I do not like going to dinner with more than 8 people. It pisses me off. I hate when it's like 12 people and you get like 3 of these and then you get 1 bite and pass on the table. Like, over 8, I'm out. 6 to 8 is great. Under a certain number, under like 3 is tough because you can't try enough. Like, I want to be able to get everything on the menu and have a substantial bite of each dish and not spread it too thin. So there's definitely an art and a science to ordering food and to going about the menu. But like, when we go to dinner, like with our friends, like we'll truly like we'll get the whole thing. Like, sometimes waiters will come over and be like, "Are you ready to order?" And we'll be like, "Yeah, we'll do the whole menu." And they're like, "Are you serious?" We're like, "Yeah, no, I'm serious."
How do you feel about service in the US versus around the places you've traveled? Because I struggle when I go to a restaurant in the US and I speak to the person that sat me down. I'm like, "Hey, can I have some water, please?" They say, "Sorry, let me get your server." And then someone comes and serves me water, and I say, "Hi, can I order? Can I order, please?" They say, "Sorry, let me get the other guy." Yeah. It's like this ridiculous system that I'm really not used to.
It might be shocking for me. I try to really not judge a restaurant based on its service,
Oh wow.
which might come as a huge surprise.
Yeah.
Like if I go to a restaurant and the service is really bad, but the food is amazing,
Mm.
I'm still like, that was a really good meal because the food was amazing. But if I go to a restaurant and the food's okay, but the service was phenomenal, I give it a lot of credit. So I don't like when I have bad service, I'm like, that's annoying, but I'm not like a service snob where I'm like,
Okay, fine.
oh, like I'm not going back here because of the service. Like if the food's good, I don't give a if the waiters like slap me. Like the food's great, I'm gonna eat it. But it is frustrating when you like.
Yeah.
There are certain times where the service can be poor and you're waiting for like a long time. Like
I'm a service snob.
I don't like I've been to restaurants where like one time I ordered dinner and like an entree came first and then my appetizer and then my cocktail like an hour later. I swear to God, and I was like, what's going on?
And you like that?
No, that I
Oh,
hated.
okay.
They gave us they were like, we're so sorry.
Okay.
There's levels, but like
Yeah.
I try to not dig into service too much. But when there's nothing better than when you get like I love sitting at the bar when I can. Like that's like my favorite place to sit. And when you get a server, a bartender who's just like awesome,
Mm.
that's like the highlight of the meal.
Yeah.
And you're talking to them, and then you go home and you're just like, wow, that server made that meal 10 times better.
Mhm.
In Europe, I think the service, like I think there's definitely misconceptions that people are like, people in Europe are assholes and they don't like Americans. There's been some times where I've like walked into places in France and I'm like, excuse me, and they like don't look at me. Very
That's just the
rarely,
French.
very rarely. But overall, I think that like the service is really on par.
On this podcast, we have lots of conversations around a topic people care about a lot, which is relationships and love and romance. And a lot of that is bonded on the foundation of food and shared meals.
Definitely.
I know you have a girlfriend.
Mhm.
How do you feel about food's role in your love life?
I think it's so important.
Yeah.
My girlfriend is definitely a big foodie, but I think she's become a big foodie with me. And I've like shown her things for the first time. Food for me is such a love language, and like going on, being able to go and travel and try things, and going to like really cool dinner experiences, and like we were in Sardinia and went to like this random farm an hour away and had this like whole pig roast experience and wine, and I don't know, maybe she didn't enjoy it as much as I did, but to me, it's so important. I think, like Anthony Bourdain said, something along the lines of like good food and wine should like make you want to love and like have love. Like that should lead into that. And I don't know, I think food is like an aphrodisiac in a lot of ways. Like I think food leads to a lot of like emotional connection. So for me, it's definitely a big factor. Like I love to go try new places and go to new experiences and have that be like a really big part of my relationship.
Does going to a restaurant feel like work in your free time?
No, I think like it doesn't feel like work, and I love what I do. So it does, like, I still enjoy the food that I eat on video or not.
Mm.
And usually, like when I'm at a restaurant, it's really challenging for me to not record it. There are some times when I'm like with my girlfriend, I'm like, okay, Jack, like you don't need to take a picture of this. Like you have 10,000 pictures of dishes.
Mm.
And I'm like, just eat the food and like be really present. But I just really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like I really find myself like, whether or not I'm like doing a video, I'm still just like taking videos or Snapchats, because whether it's like to people who follow Gstaad or just like my friends on Snapchat or like Instagram, like I just want to show someone. Like
Good.
food is such a shareable thing.
Mhm.
I don't think food is meant to be eaten alone. I don't hate it, but like I don't usually love to eat. Actually, that's not true. I find joy in eating alone sometimes, but I much prefer to share food with people.
I think it's a healthy relationship you have.
Yeah.
My equivalent is probably like travel plus hotels, because I do like 75% of my year, maybe a bit less, maybe like 60% of my year in hotels and traveling.
Yeah.
So in my free time, I don't want to be in hotels and traveling, which is such a blessing, of course. And I'm very grateful and aware of the privilege that comes with. but it feels like work if on my free
When
time I'm
you're
traveling, going to a hotel.
fair.
You know,
Do you have a favorite hotel in the world that you've been? Or
I
a
have,
couple?
yeah, I have a few. One in particular that I love that you should definitely try to make your way to. It's called Il San Pietro in Positano.
Okay.
All of their produce is grown on the property. It's a family-owned
Sick.
hotel. All the team is basically family. It feels like a time machine
hmm
into the 60s.
hmm
It's built into the rock of the cliff.
Amazing.
There's a tennis court built into the cliff.
I think I've seen that tennis court before.
You must have.
It's like ocean view of the. It's a
Exactly.
grass tennis court.
I was there with our dear mutual friend last summer.
Oh, okay.
connected
That
us.
maybe that's even where I've
I
seen
think
it.
we might have sent you a picture there.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite hotels. So highly recommend it, San Pietro. And I think you can really judge a restaurant on their simplest dishes. I think making toro, uni, caviar, and foie gras taste good is very easy.
Totally agree with you.
But doing a pizza margherita or a spaghetti pomodoro well,
Totally agree.
talent. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because that's where like if you're using the freshest ingredients,
Yeah.
it shows.
Absolutely.
Like any
Yeah.
wagyu is good.
Exactly.
Toro, any toro is
Anything
good.
excessive can be
Yeah,
good.
it can be good.
Yeah. It's like covering something with diamonds versus
Exactly.
movement and complexion.
100%.
Their spaghetti pomodoro it tells you everything you need to know about the
Yeah,
hotel.
just the freshness and the realness.
Exactly. Everything there. So I really recommend Il San Pietro. I love Badrut's Palace in St. Mart's.
Okay.
Again, this is like very much like excessive in like price point and accessibility. It's a very expensive town, very expensive hotel, but I think that they truly excel in what they want to excel at, which
Yeah.
is luxury, heritage, and excellence
Mhm.
in a very Swiss way. I think Swiss luxury is about precision, while like French luxury is about excess.
Mhm.
You know, like luxury in France is you see these amazing hallways and Versailles with the gold and the opulence, and you see it in the food. You see the foam, you see the elevation and presentation. Whereas in Switzerland, it's all about simplicity and specificity. You have the watches, complex movements, understated. People look quite simple, and you see that in Badrut's Palace by walking into it. You don't get this French pizzazz that you get in places like Paris.
How do you feel about Airbnb or rentals?
Again, privilege awareness for a second. But I'm generally not a huge fan because I love service and I am a service snob.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to spend out of pocket, I would
wanna be
love
taken care of.
to be taken care of. And it's a bit Freudian, but I do love feeling like I'm in a cocoon in a luxury environment.
Totally fair.
You know, if I'm not in a luxury environment, I'm in my own space. I want to make myself like a delicious slop bowl
And
that
just sit on a
looks
couch.
terrible and sit on a couch and stuff my face and
Yeah.
get my nutrients in
Yeah.
and not have that be a presentable, beautiful thing. But if I am paying something,
You want it to be nice.
I want it to be nice and I want to feel like I'm taken care of. Well, you asked me about the hotels. I'd love to ask you about 5 restaurants around the world that stand out to you, that maybe some listeners today are in those cities or they're traveling to those cities that you recommend they go to and try out.
So some restaurants that stand out and that I always think about.
Yeah.
For those in Los Angeles, I guess there's like 3 that come to mind. One, this guy APL Barbecue, who does this insane whole styled open fire grilled meats. Like he grills massive tomahawks and lamb chops, then he drizzles them in his maple glaze, and
Wow.
it is so good. He was in the restaurant industry for a really long time, left, does pop-ups only on the weekends, and you wait like 2 hours to get it. But it's like some of the best food I've ever had.
Amazing.
That's one that I always think about. Osteria Moza is Nancy Silverton. I believe Silverton's her last name. One of the best chefs in the country. Her restaurant's been, one of the top in LA for the last 20 years, which is so challenging in the food space. Some of the best Italian food I've ever had, better than a lot of places in Italy. There's a chicken sandwich in LA called Le Coupe.
Okay.
They were at our festival actually, and it's the best chicken sandwich in the world.
No way.
It's this chili honey glazed chicken sandwich, and it's like a flying saucer. It's huge. And this really incredible husband-wife duo that started it.
Oh, you just posted it, the fried chicken one.
Yes. Oh my God.
I saw that.
It is
It's
the
amazing.
juiciest, crispiest, sweet, spicy combo. They home make all their sauces. They have some of the best ranch and other sauces I've ever made. Like, I tell Craig, the owner, and Kristen, I'm like, you guys should be the next Chick-fil-A, like, but high quality. Like, they're so good. So in LA, those are the ones I go to. In New York, you can't go to New York and not get pizza and bagels.
Yeah.
So pizza too. There's Mama's too, which is incredible. Some of the best pizza I've ever had, and they make sandwiches.
Okay.
And then Series, these two 11 Madison Park ex guys who were like, we're gonna just make one thing really, really well, and they make some of the best quality pizza in the world. And they're new, and they're just like blowing up. Bagels, I love Brooklyn Bagel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of going into more detail, so you can cut me off if you want me to be
Please
more
keep
broad.
going, because I haven't heard of a single of these places. So it's actually great for me to
Kevin
learn.
actually ran across the Williamsburg Bridge recently. I'll like run across the bridge and go to this bagel spot. And like when I'm in New York, you'll find me at Brooklyn Bagel like every Saturday.
Nice.
Like I'm always there. Theodora is an incredible Mediterranean restaurant. I think probably one of the best restaurants in New York City right now. And Four Horsemen is kind of, both of those restaurants in my mind are like the most important restaurants in New York City,
Mm-hmm.
because those are where people who truly appreciate really good food, I think, go and love. And I have this issue with a lot of restaurants that they're all kind of the same.
Mm-hmm.
Like every restaurant has like tuna tartare and a chicken and a
Calamari,
filet mignon and calamari and
burrata.
a burrata. It's all
Yeah.
like literally the
Same menu.
standard deviation from restaurants is like so small. They're all the same.
It's so
These
true.
restaurants are truly like so authentic and different.
Specialized.
And
Yeah.
yeah, they're changing the menu always. They're doing incredible sauces. Like if you can create really good sauce well, I think you're a really good chef, because you know you're really like creating flavor, and it's like open fire wood cooking, and it's just different.
That's
So
very, very French of you.
Those two restaurants in New York are like my favorite. In Florence, I love La Giostra.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite Italian restaurants in the world. And Saldano, the owner, is this like really interesting, handsome dude who I think was like, his dad was like the prince or something. And he wears these metal bracelets literally all the way up his arm. He hasn't taken them off in like 20 years.
Wow.
And he's an awesome dude. And their Florentine steak is just like insane. And he like created the pear ravioli with vinegar. And it's so, so good.
Wow.
The sandwich shop that I talked about that we did a video at, Idroni, is like incredible. I love those spots.
On this podcast, we always play a game of à la poubelle versus fantastique.
Mhm.
À la poubelle in French is to the trash.
And
Fantastique is what's fantastic, what we celebrate and would love to see more of. Can you share a few things in your world, the world of restaurants, the world of hospitality, maybe even the way people consume, that you think belong à la poubelle,
yeah,
and a few things that you'd love to see more of and that you deem to be fantastique?
recently, for me, like high-end tablecloth dinners, à la poubelle.
À la poubelle.
I don't need the really fancy things.
No.
Hole in the wall,
Simple.
family run, fantastique.
Fantastique.
I want more like, I want to see the owner.
Mhm.
I want the owner to be in the kitchen. I want him to come talk, or her to come talk and hear the story.
Substance over status.
Definitely. Being forced to buy still or sparkling, à la poubelle.
À la poubelle.
Enjoying tap water, fantastique.
Especially in Switzerland.
Definitely.
Maybe here you might get some lead poisoning or something.
I mean, New York has great tap water.
New York does have great
I
tap
don't-
water. California?
Yeah, I don't know. California, maybe not. Bringing someone to dinner who no one knows that is really funny, fantastic.
Fantastic.
Amazing. We had dinner the other night with a friend who I do know, but I have never had dinner.
Yeah,
And the whole time I was cracking up.
it's so good.
Nothing's better than that.
Yeah, it's the best.
So being introduced to like the really funny guy at the table, fantastic.
Yeah.
Having really thin water cups,
Mm.
fantastic.
You think so?
Yes.
Why?
I really like a thin cup.
Mm.
I think the water just tastes better. Really chunky, thick cups, à la poubelle.
Interesting.
Don't like it.
Okay.
I've also become more interested in the cutlery.
Okay.
And appreciating like a good fork versus a bad fork, and a nice knife and the weight to it.
But your favorite cutlery is your hands.
Yes. If I could eat with my hands, yes.
You're happy.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Well, for the listeners today who are inspired by what you do you have a message to leave them with? Maybe they want to start a food account of their own.
I think for anyone listening and hearing the story and watching your content or mine or anyone that they admire and they see and they're like, oh my gosh, I want to be like that someday. I think it's important to note that everyone compares themselves to everyone. I'm always looking at so many people saying, oh my, I want to be there. And it's an endless race, but start and follow with something that you truly care about. And don't think about what other people are going to tell you, because everyone's going to have something bad to say until you're where you are. And then they're going to respect you. So follow your passion and continue to get better and better every single day, and surround yourself with smarter people than you are. And that will take you so far. It's all about the team. It's all about the people that you have around you. That's everything.
I love that. Hang around the people you want to be.
Definitely.
And other people you definitely don't want to be.
Absolutely.
Very well said. Well, Jack, thank you so much for taking
was
the time
amazing.
today. This was awesome.
We'll have to come back and
I really
just
enjoyed
keep
this.
it going.
Please, and I'm very excited to attend one of your festivals.
Absolutely. We're end of September or first weekend of October.
Love it.
Yeah, Chef Food Fest, come back to New York.
And more than anything, excited to break bread with you and eat some food.
100%. We gotta do it.
Let's do it. Thank you, Jack.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
you.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Gstaad Guy podcast. If you're keen to learn more, please follow along by engaging with our social channels on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Merci beaucoup, à la prochaine, and a big hug from the Gstaad Guy.